This is One-on-One.
That's good acting, man.
I get that a lot. I go to Atlantic City all the time, like, are you the guy? I go, no, I'm not.
This is one you can't afford to miss.
They thought that I wouldn't survive it, but I knew I would.
Hey, I'm Steve Adubato. Everything you ever wanted or needed to know about managing your reputation. I have problems that way. We have Dr. Walt Guarino, who is a president and managing partner of Insight SGW, also a professor at Seton Hall, teaching in the field of
communications, branding, social media.
Walt and I go back a long way. We've talked about this issue of branding and how to connect yourself to the world effectively for a long time. You also serve on the board of the Caucus Educational Corporation, our parent company.
Which I love.
Yeah, and you don't get paid for it. That's the other part that we love. Hey, well, what's the deal? Social media, everyone says, oh, so you got to be on Facebook. You got to be out there doing it. It's so much more than that.
Well, I think first of all, there's a problem just when you talk to corporations and companies and their brand and you say Facebook. A lot of them will just do sort of like lip service to social media, and they do it to be au courant, contemporary.
What does that mean, lip service?
Well, they're just going to do it for the sake of doing it and not look like they're missing the boat. You know, it's like when you're absent from something,
right.
you look like you're not on the alert and up to speed. So what happens is people really just get into it on a superficial way. And then you have the people that worry about the bad stories that come out from the personal Facebook news. So they don't want their reputation damaged by being associated with something that could be risky to the general public.
What do you guys do for them? What does your firm do for them?
The thing is that the name of the game today has changed tremendously because there are new apps every week, every day. Facebook has something that the
When you say new apps, new applications?
New applications, yeah. So.
Boy, you're real jargony this morning. Go ahead. New apps. Okay. I'm sure there's a new one since we started, but go ahead.
I'm in that biz now. Could have said applets, but anyway.
Are they really? Oh, stop. You're going to make me feel out of it. So new applications all the time, which means what in terms of managing your brand?
Well, you can take opportunities now to do things that traditionally you used to pay a lot of money to do. So you can buy profiles and Facebook ads. Not anywhere else like, I mean, Google is trying to do the same thing, but you can actually get to, say, if you want to talk to all the women in America that have engaged in the last 6 months, you can now do that very efficiently by Facebook ads.
Why would a company want to do that?
Well, if they're selling things that have to do with bridal or of a company, Cambridge Flatware, the gifting and stuff like that, so that they can really focus on a very specific audience in a very inexpensive way, like 23 cents per thousand. Cost per thousand. Where in the old days, in traditional advertising, you know, we get into $7, $8 for a cost per thousand or CPM. The real advantage, though, in being, if you don't want to do anything in a paid-for way, the real advantage is that they're offering so many things online today with free press release distribution online, where you can instantly get thousands of hits free. So the whole world has changed in communications now. You have to be on the alert. You have to understand how to use social media and all the other online apps.
Sure.
And you can do it very efficiently and build a brand overnight, really for peanuts.
So the whole idea, all right, is I got to get a television spot on the air. I've got to get my spot in the newspaper, my full-page ad or my magazine ad. There's a place for that, but
it's not, you know, I don't know a lot of people under 30 that are reading newspapers. So, you know, you have to look at the demographic shifts and the patterns that are going on with the population. So the media is becoming king and not necessarily the consumer. It's the way to get to them now. And the name of the game, as I mentioned before, is this SEO, another buzzphrase, search engine optimization.
What does that mean?
That's a way to keep driving your site up on the search engine so that you come up first without having to pay for it.
So argument's sake, this series One-on-One, right? There are a million TV shows out there, right?
Yeah.
We want to expand our brand. By the way, it's interesting, there are other shows called One-on-One, but there's only one called One-on-One, you know, with Steve Adubato.
Right.
We want to increase our brand.
Right.
We're doing print ads, we're doing online ads, we're doing a lot of cross-promotion on the air. you're advising us. What do we want to do if we want to have people look for one-on-one with Steve Adubato as the place to go to find compelling personalities talking about interesting things?
Well, the first thing you want is that search engine optimization, because people will, if they put in one-on-one, you're going to come up first if you do it right. And the way to do that is to take advantage of all of these things that I was just mentioning, like PR log and these other. If you want to pay like a pittance, you can be on PR Web and some others, but most of them are free. Cision, there's a lot of them, and they are the future of the business. You know, it used to be, Steve, and you know this very well, in PR, if you had a handful of people that you made your cronies in the business at different media, and they were the key people that
planting stories.
Yeah, it used
no
to
more.
No more. That's passé.
So with your students at Seton Hall, are you teaching them all these new and different?
You bet. The interesting thing is I almost have to study an hour a day to keep up with this, because I don't want them to make me look like I'm not, you know, up to speed. So the demand is enormous, but the change is fabulous. I think it's one of the best things that could happen to our business. It's a good thing, and the business from an advertising agency side, it's not a good thing initially, because you know, you used to place a media buy, you have one person buy, then make a few phone calls, and then that was it. You get your 15% on $1 million or whatever. Well, it's not that way anymore, but here's the flip side. Now you have a few more staffing people, but you're getting fee monies, and they're getting paid hourly, and you can cover that cost and make up the money that way.
Are some of your colleagues, well, frankly, who have been working in the industry for a long time, the advertising, marketing, PR industry, put it all together, are some of them saying, hell no, I'm not doing it?
Yes.
What happens to them? Are they dinosaurs? I hate to use that term. Have they become dinosaurs?
I have to say yes, they have, because a couple of the ones that I know literally have folded up. You have to be on this train. And the funny part of it is it's not a tough thing to sell, because companies can't afford to do this in-house. By the time they get somebody who really knows what he or she is talking about, that person is going to be at the C level, a three-letter, you know, and they have to pay a lot of money for somebody like that. Where if they, you know, farm it out and, you know, outsource this whole concept of social media and online, then they can do it in a very reasonable way. But you got to get the people who know their stuff. And there's a lot of people out there that are just saying, oh, we'll put you on Facebook.
And that's not it. Because, again, you say you're on there, but it's a question of using it effectively. Yeah. The other thing that Walt does really effectively, and we'll have him back on for this, he's one of the country's top experts when it comes to analyzing Super Bowl commercials. You still like doing that?
I still like doing that.
We like having you back. Dr. Walt Guarino, President and Managing Partner of Insight SGW. And Walt, always a pleasure to have you. We learn every time you're here.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure being here.
Thanks, buddy. We're right back with One-on-One right after this.